He's heating up.
What's good, everybody? My name is Josh, and I am your host for what is going to be a very special episode of Outside the Playbook. I have Mr. Hater here today, and he is an NFL analyst from a popular sports network. He is going to debate a Baltimore Ravens fan on no other topic than Lamar Jackson. Subscribe to this channel before we get started and show support for Outside the Playbook. Mr. Hater, right to it. Why will the Baltimore Ravens not give Lamar Jackson the contract that he thinks he's earned? Listen, the Baltimore Ravens have sent smoke signals, text messages, tweets, emails, and if this was Game of Thrones, ironically, they would have sent the Raven and he still wouldn't be able to get the message. Let me paint this picture for you. They are a championship level organization that when they come into a season, they have championship level aspirations. When you are 1-3 and you refuse to take accountability for that, I have to take a step back and say, is this really the guy we want leading our franchise into the future? He's an immense talent, an incredibly skilled NFL player. He deserves to play football on this level. But an NFL championship level quarterback, I say he is not. And apparently, so do the Baltimore Ravens. They have reconstructed the offense around him. They have done everything in their power to put him in position to be successful, more so than any quarterback we have ever seen in the entire NFL. But for some reason, that just isn't enough. We have given him everything we can possibly give him, and he still has not delivered. That's cause for pause. Now, like I said, great talent. He's done things in this NFL that we have never seen before. Been top 10 in rushing yards, set rushing records, but he's a quarterback that cannot drop back on a consistent basis and deliver a pass right on the money and move the chains down the field when we need him to. I'm not going to give him a $200 million contract, 230, 240, whatever the case may be, or whatever he's asking for, because he hasn't even been clear about that. So let's pump the brakes on what Baltimore isn't doing or what Baltimore doesn't think. Let's focus on the fact that he's being paid to play football and deliver us a championship. Can he do that? Has he done that? No. So why is he asking for championship level quarterback money a la Patrick Mahomes, who's done it multiple times, multiple MVPs, taking his team to the promised land? So he deserves to be talked about in that light, and he deserves to be paid like it. Now, if it's a 2-minute drill, let me take this approach. 2-minute drill. I need to take my team down the field for a score. Who are you more afraid of? Number 8 or number 9? Because make no mistake about it, Justin Tucker is in range as soon as he steps foot in the parking lot. If I have Lamar Jackson in a situation where we need a touchdown, I'm not confident that he's going to march us down the field, get a score, and we're going to walk out here with the victory. Now, I seem to hear 1-3 thrown around a lot and talk about him not having an agent. What does a Baltimore Ravens fan have to say in response? My response is this. Draft season, pro days are happening. What do they tell black quarterbacks coming into the league? You might not be skilled or smart enough to play the QB position at an NFL level. Try being a running back, wide receiver, safety, or a corner. You can run fast and jump high. That might be your best route at being successful at this level. Those limitations were put on Lamar Jackson, and he excelled past them without an agent. He didn't need an agent to be 45-16 as a starter. He didn't need an agent to be unanimous MVP. He didn't need an agent to lead the league in passing touchdowns. He didn't need an agent to lead the league in passer rating minimum 15 games played. He didn't need an agent to be top 10 in rushing yards as a quarterback. Now, championship seasons, you talk about Joe Flacco, right? Great quarterback, throw the ball deep like no other. But he had Jacoby Jones, Torrey Smith, and Quan Bolden. In his later years, he had Steve Smith, a Hall of Famer. The best wide receiver that Lamar has had, Marquise Brown, who finished 25th in the league in receiving yards as his best season in Baltimore. Before you think that's an indictment on Lamar, I give you Mark Andrews, a tight end who finished top 10 in receiving yards that same season with only 7 more targets than Marquise Brown had. Brown is not in the same class as a Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Justin Jefferson, a Stephon Diggs, a CeeDee Lamb. So you can't expect Lamar to drop back 25, 30, 35 times a game and go for 350 like Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, or Joe Burrow. First of all, nobody wants to be him, considering the fact that Burrow behind the offensive line in Cincinnati is like newlyweds on their first night. No protection, none whatsoever. So Lamar's expectations are higher than guys who have to do less. Kyler Murray hasn't sniffed the playoffs, so that 1-3 record is an excuse of not to pay somebody who's clearly worth every single dollar that everybody else is being paid and more, considering that he has to run the football for 100 and throw for over 250 for them to be successful at all is mind-boggling, considering the fact that nobody else is held to those same standards. That's the responsibility you place on Lamar Jackson with minimal talent around him. See, everybody talks about the Ravens offense, the way they have to play. They have to play that way because they don't have talent around Lamar Jackson. Yes, he can throw the ball. I've seen him do it on many occasions. Yes, he can run the ball, probably one of the best ever at doing so from his position. But don't think their offense is the way it is because of him. It's the way it is because of the players around him. Now, you have Ray Lewis there once upon a time, Ed Reed, T. Sizzle. Leaders of men. Guys will follow these dudes into battle. You tell them to jump, they say how high. Why? Because they are actual leaders that people want to follow. You have not had that since then, and you get Lamar Jackson to fall right into your lap. Fans appreciate Lamar. Players appreciate Lamar. Coaches appreciate Lamar. That's not something you take lightly, considering the fact that he's producing on the field, he's getting the job done off of the field in the community, and the fans love him, and he's being a leader that you want to lead your organization from a standpoint of players and coaches. Baltimore, y'all better not mess this up. Listen, I'm all for front offices protecting the organization, but the Baltimore Ravens have got to understand that their job first and foremost is to put the most talented product on the field. Doesn't get much more talented than Lamar Jackson. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. That's one more for the good guys.
He's eating